Hi, traders. 11 a.m. EST. Time for Mike and me to talk about what we're seeing on the screen. Mike, you going to buy a new iPhone today?
I never had one. Never
Okay.
owned one. And
All
I'm not,
right.
I'm not,
Yeah.
just never had one.
All right. So you don't use Apple products. People are hoping that product introduction is going to save Apple. I doubt it. Maybe they get a rally out of it, but it's a broken stock, which now makes the Magnificent Seven the Magnificent Six.
Correct.
Okay, and if Nvidia rolls over and it's trying to hold today, but it still doesn't look great to me, then you only have the Magnificent Five. And yesterday we had a pretty good push in Microsoft. But you know what? Microsoft with the S&Ps railing, all the way back to, a stone's throw away from the high, couldn't even rally back 50%. So I guess it's a Magnificent Four now. So what was narrow has become narrow. I did hear, though, that President Xi is getting a new iPhone that he's going to use just personally in private. So,
Well, then he's going to be on Pornhub. We know what that's for. So that doesn't hold any credence to me.
Anyway, that's that's what I'm hearing through the grapevine. Option flow, are they backing up this selling that we're getting here in buying any puts with any length in option time?
No, it's going to be chopped. Everybody's waiting for CPI.
Right.
Kind of pulled a little bit of fake out today. Is the text we're trying to hold in there this morning is they were trying to show off the Oracle, ORCL is the symbol news.
Okay. Okay.
And that was one of the seven that held in there the strongest.
Yeah.
Oracle you can't touch up Oracle. What do they charge you for quotes?
No, I have Oracles around here somewhere. I just forgot where I put it. Oh, here it is. I just saw it.
To see the one that's down the most.
Oh my gosh, 14, 15 bucks. Was that earnings?
Yeah. And by the way, obviously, if you see the day before this was one of the, you want to talk about the 4 or 5 remaining. This was the last remaining.
Okay, so this one was still making new
with Adobe. It was
highs.
Oracle and Adobe were holding those two, as you know. Then they had the little area of Apple when they were on. Then Microsoft had its case. Google was holding in there, then stumbled, and they all came down one by one.
Okay. So yeah, that's a pretty ugly day. It's over there. So all the Magnificent Seven, the series has been canceled.
Right.
Okay. So what do you do? Are you getting defensive?
You know what? I'm not doing much. I'm not doing, like I said, I have they're giving you a lot of moves intraday in individual stocks. I'm back to where I'm having more trepidation, actually, trying to see, put a couple of things or start nibbling for some long term, which is what the proverbial fund is for.
Yeah.
Disney, what do I do? Does Disney keep going up? Has that bottomed? Does Apple goes down? Did they do the reverse? Is it like they buy the dogs while they sell the winners? They're taking up some of these low floaters, and there's always something to do while they're selling off the winners. I mean, the megas.
They're what they're buying today is quietly buying silver, which is higher on the day with gold down 8. I still think silver has lower to go. I'm still looking for the 20 handle. So, but nothing goes straight down, right? You get reactions all the time. So a rally in silver to 23.5 doesn't change my view that we're going to see a 20 handle. And if the gold tries to rally here, doesn't change the view that I think we're going to at least take out this 1880 low. And the dollar is trying to turn. I'll be watching the end tomorrow if we get a hot CPI, because it left a gap down Sunday night in Asia. So if we get a hot number, the only thing is a hot number won't be a surprise because a lot of people are. But maybe a failure to fill the gap, I may take a shot there. But the dollar's still, it's running, but the market might get a little relief on the dollar. We're putting in the lower high here. So maybe we get, some type of ABC pullback, and that should support the market. I'll tell you what, if you see a day where the dollar is weak and yields aren't pushing and the market's still weak, then Houston, we've got a problem.
Well, that's probably the most important thing that you said already, or probably even that we're both going to say going forward. So if anybody missed that, that's it. That's the plan. That's an amalgamation of decades of being aware and focusing on what's going on. Bravo. No, I agree.
Do you have some charts you want to share today, Mike, and give us the lowdown, or is it kind
Well,
of?
I'll show some things in TradeGATEHub if you want me to share. I'm not going to do that much. I have an interview at 12 p.m. 12 Eastern with the Cairo news station. So I'm going to have one of those earpieces in, like the United Nations people.
Oh, is it a business channel?
Yes, it's a business channel. I'm talking about the 2008 financial crisis and how it affected the global economy. 2008. That's 12. It's it's 15 years ago. You know what I mean? I was trading.
Yeah. Well, maybe everyone's going to have a replay.
If
they forgot. Maybe there'll be a replay if they forgot. That'll make that look like a picnic.
What was your biggest take, Coach?
My biggest take?
Yeah.
Gold short.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gold short. I learned in bear markets, Mike, so it affected me.
I learned the most in bear markets. Correct. You learned the most in bear markets.
Well, that's when I started on the floor. They made gold legal again. It was 1975, and it opened up at 200. Till before then, people couldn't own. It was illegal to own gold. People forget about that after Roosevelt took us off the gold standard, or revalued it, or confiscated it. So it came out at 200 and dropped within 6 months to 100 an ounce. So actually, it was bad luck. My first trade was a pretty big trade. I wasn't even a member. I was a runner on the floor, and it kind of set me up. So
I got you. Yeah.
But then I gave it back. There was a superstition on the floor. If your first trade's a winner, it's bad luck. Because you think it's going to be easy.
You know what? I used to bleed those cliches. You want to share my screen? Share as I keep talking?
Yeah.
I used to believe in some of those cliches. For example, you're only good as your last trade, or blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I don't actually, hold on a second. Yeah. I don't actually believe that anymore.
Okay.
What am I doing here? Hold on. Here's some charts. Well, they're taking up this WeWork wasn't important. WeWork. They took this up 50% today. Believe me, that's up more than it is. The stock is, hold on. Let me to a 4-minute chart.
Look at that green volume bar.
It went from 2 to 5. It doubled. WeWork. You've seen it all. They're still holding up. They're trading the same ones. Lilly. There you go.
Yeah, Lilly's still parabolic.
Intel kept going again. AFRM.
Be careful with Intel under that double top. The move will terminate if that's taken out.
Listen, I'm not going to be buying Intel here, but
yeah,
these things
I'd buy a pullback.
They're buying on bombs. I'm not buying it here. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
CCJ keeps going. That's new highs, really bombs, as we know.
Monster.
Technology keeps going. They're taking down the mega. There's Microsoft. There's Apple. I reverse it. ANET. Let's look at ANET, which by the way was strong for the most. SMCI, AMD. It's chopped. I mean, it's going to be chopped for a little while. CPI. The Qs are breaking low as I speak. Lucid is bearish as I see the option flows coming on. They're killing me. I have a ton of this.
Is there any VIX call buying going on?
No.
Last week.
Let's look. When you ask me that, when you ask me, let's show you what I do.
Okay. Because last week there was some wise guy money buying the D's 25, selling the D's 32s. Wondering if they're backing that up at all.
Tesla, WeWork, as I said before, they're trading Tesla, they're trading Apple. Apple.
Are they buying Apple puts, or are they buying calls?
They're buying puts ahead of the event.
Okay.
As you can see, this is what it says. They're hitting the bid. They're hitting the bid on calls hitting the bid on calls, hitting the bid
They're,
on calls.
they're all
Not really.
September, except
Well,
for,
yeah, they're either hedging or they're gambling. I get it.
yeah,
As I said in yesterday's opening, in yesterday's video, there are
yeah,
two type of things that are going to happen into this end of the quarter big option expiration week, Coach.
yeah.
They're either going to chase these short-term calls very immediately, short-term, and try to take money out of the market, if you will, or you're going to see after the CPI, as you would ask me, what sweeps are coming into back. If actually for example, let's look at a new share. If Amazon actually, hold on, let me go to daily on Amazon. If Amazon is actually a back and fill, or maybe one of those double tops, however you want to articulate the chart patterns, that's fair. But certainly, Apple's not going back to anytime soon. I don't care what the Apple event says. It's got a gap, a breakdown. It's got volume. Oracle has a read. So,
It's got two gaps, in Apple.
that's so, that's it is with Tesla. I mean,
Yeah.
there we go. Tesla's got this Tesla's got a lot underneath it.
Yeah.
Tesla's having bombing the calls. They said it all day yesterday. They're going to all day calls. What else am I trading? I'm trading I'm trading in Las Vegas Sands stocks that have made moves that have volume that might be. I'm trading everything. My situation to end it is that I am trading light volume, yes, on on little moves. I'm not sure. The greed meter, if you will, is still in between.
Okay.
Hedge funds are short, which is bullish. I get it. Some of the charts are bearish. It flipped. The technicals are bearish. Wait, the fundamentals are bearish, but the technicals are maybe they flipped it. They used to be not so much bullish. Now they're starting to be bearish a little bit. You know what I mean, Coach?
I do. Yeah. I still think 4,200 S&Ps is not an unreasonable target for a correction. And I think that's going to be an important battleground.
One thing that I
Stand
show
by
here
it.
is what I appreciate that. One thing that I go through my feed is it's almost like the cliche, nothing. What's going on here? They're killing me.
Nothing attracts a crowd like a crowd.
Right, I'm going too fast for Jesus even. Hold on. What happened here? I wanted to point this out. See, as I go through my feed, I might not comment on everything. For example, if you ever watch one of these, watch these people who have celebrity homes, you might not exactly know how much they paid, but you look what's on the walls, you look what type of rug they are. If I go through this feed, when the VVIX is posted and I go through this, or the put call ratio is posted, I may not comment, but that's what people, the wise guys, the sharp guys are looking at. I may not comment on everything, but as I go through the feed, these are giving you hints on on what people are looking at. Apple, of course, you should know that there's a product launch, so calls are active before the event. Obviously, Tesla has been huge the past couple of days. If you you have to know that. Put calls are helping with. I just said that the fear and greed is a little bit neutral. But but right now everybody's all bared up, so maybe a little bit of a bounce into chop is we'll see. Will Oracle bounce? I'm not sure. Will they go to value? Will they go back in? Well, if the put calls are wiped out, will they continue buying oils into S&P weakness? That's yet to be determined, which seemed to be the right play as we look at Exxon. Exxon and Chevron are turning into these into Intel charts.
Yeah,
Exxon looks like
good.
Intel now.
Does look good.
This Chevron finally broke through the 208 to the upside. They tried to break it yesterday with volume. And Coach,
it was pretty hard. Pretty hard. Yeah, pretty hard to have wanted to go home long yesterday.
I came so close to shorting Chevron or taking some oils because that was the chance. The market was very weak yesterday. It did have good volume. So now they did the whatever that fake is, Coach. Now
that was Exxon, a fake out.
Right. Now with Exxon taking new highs, now if you're behind or short on Exxon, now you can either prey on the shorts, agree with the technicals, or continuing with the oil trade. I'm not saying I'm in it. I'm not. But the other ones are acting well. EOG. Let's look at a lot of
people talking 95, 100 crude. That's
EOG. Got to be in it. PXD, the other one. Actually, FANG, the former FANG. It's EOG now. The ones, if I was going through charts, EOG, SU I like. EOG, SU I like, how about Apache? No, nothing. It's
Yeah,
Exxon. Yeah.
got
So
another high.
anyway,
Yeah, looks good. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so we've identified the relative strength, definitely. Intel's kind of the strange duck, because the rest of the semis are, under pressure. And
well, you know what?
it was the last one to rally, wasn't it?
Yes, it was the last one to rally.
Okay.
Let's go to right here. Let's go to our most actives. If you do anything, get to know this. Most actives, what's show, okay, Oracle, obviously Oracle we talked about all day. Normally does 30-day volume, normally does 7 million. Today it's also done almost 4 times that, 5 times that. So with that being said is, no matter what the stock is, when you have a stock like that with a huge volume, with a range, I mean, it was a lot pre-open, and it had a tighter range from post-market to pre-market from last night. And price action, it's been going down. The market, the NASDAQ was weak and was strong in the morning. Oracle kept going down all morning. That's positive price action. So here's the most active list. If you want to get cuter, if you think the put calls are a little wiped out or there might become a short-term bounce, as I showed before, percentage gainers in the last 15 minutes, nothing. AMC, they're trading, blah, big deal. Percentage losers in the last 30.
That list will be long.
IONQ, GCT, Riot, Carvana's down 3. Carvana was up 3 this morning, if I believe.
Yeah.
Boy, that's incredible.
Maybe today's market is the Aaron Rodgers effect.
Carvana, 54 to, hold on a second. 54 to 54 to 50. Now it's not down 3, it just came in. There's Carvana. Great range, price action to get, hold on. Gap, Carvana's moving. What else is moving? Mara, well, coin was up 4. Fact. I said, am I actually going to think about buying this? But nope, they didn't get me at 86 to 81. It's a $5 move, coach. You know what I mean? Suppose I go 3,000 shares of trying to work it. All of a sudden I'm down $3. I got to, you know what I mean? So the chop continues. There's the chart. They tried it at the 50-day, the all important. My number one rule, and I learned throughout all the years, is the line, if you will, to either start or I don't know how articulated. The line to look at or the trend line, if you want to start really a short term or intermediate short, under the 50 days tantamount. I very rarely, unless something is like 30% above its 8th day, which is, it's extreme capitulation or whatever. Anything, one of these thicker stocks or trending stocks, anything under the 50-day, and coin got away from me, whatever next. But I'm not going to get upset with it. You can even go back to where it did it here. And that's why I make it blue. The green is the money one because that's the 200-day, but blue is my favorite color, and baby blue, if you will.
Look, and it tagged it and came off hard.
Yeah. And you know what? That's okay. Because when you see coin do it, lose a couple of minutes. Why not go into Mara? Mara, by the way, if you look at the coin daily, it's been holding up remarkably better than Mara. Mara got destroyed. And Mara's almost at the 200-day. Riot, which is the dog of the dogs. I mean, there you go.
That looks bad. Going back to last year's lows.
Look at this QS. This QS is my biggest position. And it was 726 and now it's 6. You know what 40 cents is on
but you look how the RSI is diverging. Although we did not make a new low. I've got it out.
How about Riven? Riven had its chance. Finally, everybody jumped on board. Riven
I don't
from
like
23. What?
I don't like
Well, here's the daily on Riven. And everybody was waiting for this range.
Oh, this is the daily on Riven?
This is the daily. Now it's the fake.
Okay.
They tried to do it and they broke it out on some decent volume. And everybody on my Twitter feed was saying, finally, Riven breaking out 24.40.
Yeah.
And now it's back to being marginal.
Looks like a failing rally.
Well, that's what it says to me. Now I went, as soon as they started cheering in the Twitter feed, I said, oh my God, because it went up too fast. I wanted it to have I wanted it to pull an Intel type of chart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Riven was so strong. It made this move from 13 to 28 way before the other ones moved. So it had so much absorption, so much strength to absorb. And that's why he really didn't go with Tesla. Here's the chart on Tesla. It really didn't go when Tesla moved. So, that's, I guess, my dissertation into that. But You know what I mean? Now they gave up some of the strong stocks. AI was nice. It was up strong today. It looked like it was going to break out. Everybody would say LFG, let's effing go on you. The stock today literally went from 37.30 to 39. Oh, it's at $3. Everybody was
2%.
chirping for $2.5. Now it's back down to 37.30. It's negative. Now what do you do? It's almost like a lucid trade. They thought it was going to break out. Well, oh, by the way, here's another example: 50-day. Both times on the 50-day.
Like
on
it.
short.
I use that.
Well, that's my start. If I really want to sink my teeth into a short, that's the real gauge for me, and that's my
Everyone listening to that, write it down. Start using a 50.
Well, it's not mine. I didn't make that up, and I know you didn't.
I know it's not yours.
I've been back testing it from people cheering for the last freaking 30 years.
Yeah. Well, that's a pearl. What do you want to leave everyone with today ahead of the CPI tomorrow?
You know what? The bottom line is, Coach, if you're not going to play anything or didn't do anything now before CPI, you're going to gamble, and that's fine. I get it. I call myself a risk manager at this level. I started off as a gambler, then became a speculator. Now I'm an investor. But you have to, as I posted my this might have been the top here, as I posted my positions. Look at all that QS. Oh, anyway, is that you have to be in the room. A lot of stocks are breaking out into nice uptrends. For example, that path is one of them. As I said, looks like 2 weeks of big volume. Here's the chart on path. Am I necessarily saying to buy it now? Here's the chart on the daily. No. But CPI may give you a clue. A, if you want to trade it on the dip. B, if some sort of if the futures somewhat bifurcate from the technology stocks, this is a one to look if it's actually real. It's still taking good calls. That's just an example of how to trade relative strength. I get a little bit more intense, but that's the easy money. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But if the futures pull back a little bit and the stock was, for example, I'll give you another good example today. Tesla, the market opened down weak. Now, first of all, Tesla was up $26, $27 yesterday. Tesla on the open was down 2. If the market was weak, it would have been down 8. And people thought the same thing. Tesla went from where this morning? 268 to 278. You had your chance. Now it's just the same. Now it's in the lucid category. Now it's
above the 50-day.
I mean, now it's not in the now it's in the Riven category.
Yeah, because it's above the 50.
All the other stocks. If it's actually a reversal day or it's a resting day. So if I don't know and you don't know and the option flows don't know, with the CPI, that gives you a kind of a blueprint on what to do. Don't do anything or much.
Yeah. All right.
Well, there's plenty of things to do. Look at the moves they made in the morning. There's plenty to do.
I compare betting on red events, big numbers, and inflation numbers that become that. It's more like roulette. It's a black or red. It's not trading skill. It's how you react after the number is where the skill comes in. Not predicting the initial outcome of a number. That's just,
But
roulette.
this also makes sense. It's a smart market, Coach. All right. Crude's up. Hold on. This is like a good feed of my good friend of mine. Where is he? Spectacular rate. Good guy. Good feed. Sharp dude. He's right though. Crude oil's up almost $2, almost 90 a barrel. Keep being facetious. Keep buying equities.
Yeah.
You go through my feed. You go through my feed. Nasdaq's plunging to darkness as Brent crude is at 92. So we've been saying a couple of times, the good guys, if you will, for exaggeration, are getting rewarded because it's a cerebral market. Why would you buy crude like this with the market and Apple breaking down? I don't, or the equities outside of oils. I don't know. You want to leave it with something, Coach? I know if I went on tangents, but I have to worry about speaking in Cairo television in 35 minutes.
Oh, that's going to be great, man. Any way I could pick it up and see it? Yeah,
we're going to show. Listen, if it's being shown, our phenomenal marketing team will be right on top of it, and everybody knows we have a bigger presence with our marketing team as we get. You know what? You can tell. This is it. Let me share a screen. I'll leave it like this. There you go. As I sign in like everybody else. This is where you say how we can tell the market, and the marketing team will show it. Is here.
Oh, they'll post it on the YouTube channel. Okay.
71 views yesterday. That's you and I, Thursday, 600 views, 6,000 views, David Hunter, as we get to almost 3,200 subscribers. And the best part of this is then people viewed this 600 times.
Yeah.
And there's no negative comments. You know what I mean? So even if you got 10% of people saying things, there's 60 people saying you stink. So, all
The
right.
haters slept in on that one. All
You know,
right.
another one that could be going, Coach, we talked about is this Boyle, UNG. UNG's up 6% today.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
Okay. You
usually
mean nat gas?
nat gas, and that's usually that usually goes a hedge against the market for some reason. So
Yeah, I think it's a sleeper. Europe got lucky last winter with the abnormally warm winter. And, recency bias, their guard's probably down because before the winter, I interviewed people who said that people were going to freeze to death in Europe last year. And it was almost summer all winter. So there's that basing pattern there. And the expression, they credit to Louise Yamada, the longer the base,
yep.
the bigger the launch into space. But you know who made that up? That
You.
saying? Yeah.
That's incredible. You should have patented that now. I would have to pay $1.
Yeah. All right.
But look at
Well,
this.
here,
Every
I'll
time
give you.
UNG does it, there's the little move gap,
Yeah.
move up gap. There's the move up gap. So listen, there's sexier trades. I'm looking at UNG.
That's a hell of a
what's
long
going on.
base, though, man. You're talking a year. It's almost a 1-year saucer
I
bottom.
might buy some Boyle.
You know what they say about market tops and bottoms? Markets top with violence and they bottom in silence. And look at that. If that's not silence, that's a chart of a guy's EKG who's in a coma. Right there.
Yeah.
There's your coma chart right there. So if that's not silence, I don't know what is.
This is going to roll over.
Buy UNG. All right, so that's how I'll leave it.
Well, you know what? I could do that too. Buying some Boyle here, as I used to say on the desk. All right,
and don't buy iPhones until I cover my Apple shorts.
That's correct.
All right, so that's a wrap. Thanks for hanging out with me, Mike.
Thanks for everybody. We'll try to do better the next time.
Hey, good luck on this broadcast into Egypt.
No, that's fine. Believe me.
I wouldn't be surprised if after they hear you just once, you end up having to move to Egypt to be the pharaoh.
Nope, I'm not leaving.
And they set you up in one of the pyramids.
That's okay as long as TradeView sponsors it. But I got a nice spot here.
All right, brother.
I'm used to being in holes, not pyramids. That will probably give me a hole. I don't know about
a lot of people think you trade under a pyramid because your intuition is almost
what makes you good is waking back. Sometimes I'm hypocritical. That's why I'm TradeGATEHub, to be accountable. If I didn't have to portray the right things to do and be accountable and show a good example, then
Yeah. Well, when you hang out with us, our goal is that you learn and possibly earn, or at least learn how to lose so that you have a chance to be right someday. All right, guy. Take it easy.
You got it. Cheers.
Adios.
Thanks for tuning in.